Deputy Governor Ibezim Thaxton Libo on cultural preservation. Nigerian youth demand protection of their rights. Russian flood at 10,000 people evacuated from homes. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. The details of the news, I am Priska Wanko. After due consideration of the memo presented by Engineer Ifeanyi Okoma, Anambra State Commissioner for Works, ANSEC has approved the award of the contract for the reclamation and control of the flood and gory erosion of the sites. The contract was awarded to Cefac International Limited at a cost of 352,106,781.81 kobo. The work is expected to be completed in 24 weeks from the date of mobilization. According to a release signed by the Commissioner for Information, Sir Paul Nwosu, stated that the Council also for additional work to be done on the 685-meter length road, of which, if left unconstructed, will pose a great danger to the Sofia-Nanka road about to be built, as it would create more gully erosion. AG Vision Construction Limited was given the job at a cost of 393,500,000 naira only. The release adds that in a bid to better secure the State House of Assembly, which was recently renovated comprehensively to show that lawmakers work in a conducive environment, ANSEC equally approved that gatehouse, security posts, and perimeter fence should be in place, as well as the landscaping to enhance the aesthetics of the environment. The external works will also include the asphalting of roads, laying of curbs in the House of Assembly complex with a well-structured parking lot and dedicated green areas. The job went to Hemeps Construction Limited at a cost of 184,656,501 naira 12 kobo. The job is expected to be completed within 3 months of mobilization. It was all feasting and celebration when the Archbishop, Province of the Niger, and Anglican Bishop of Oka, the Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, gave out his daughter Ozioma to her heartthrob, Mr. Chukwudi Montu. The duo of Chibuzobdike and Emmanuel Okonkwo were there for ABS News. The event took place at the Archbishop's country home in Mbauku, Oka South Council area, as home served as a resplendence of Igbo culture with the ambience of love, family, and fruitfulness. The reports.
By traditional rulers, bishops of different Christian denominations, friends, in-laws, and well-wishers. According to the Archbishop Ibezim, who was dressed in his full regalia as core Igbo man, marriage is intended by God to be a creative relationship, as his blessing enables husband and wife to love and support each other in good times and in bad, and to share in the care and upbringing of children. Boom.
To fulfill the traditional rites before our daughter, Dr. Ozioma, is taken away. This shows that a marriage is a very serious matter. Okay? And what we have done is to make sure that we fulfill all the marital processes. We start with making sure that the parents they have the consent of the parents and they have the consent of the local community.
Know that marriage is an institution that brings two unknown people together. So there are bound to be challenges, but your ability to surmount those challenges is what works. Don't give up, because the future is always bright.
Wife, submit to your husband. Husband, love your wife. That submission is not dependent on anything. But my prayer for them is that God will bless their marriage and grant them the wisdom and patience that is needed in marriage.
On his part, Sir Ejikeme Mbwemena thanked God for the both families for raising a God-fearing children who have all done well academically and in ways of God. asking younger generation to look up to the successful marital lives of their parents in building a successful home, and congratulates the family of Ibezim, praying God to continue to uplift them beyond their expectations. In an interview, the State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Dr. Don Onyeji, described the traditional marriage of the new couple as real display of Igbo culture and tradition, ranging from attires of the Archbishop and others, decorations to dishes served at the occasion, and asked people of the Igbo extraction to often promote their culture as it is what defines them. The bride, Dr. Ozioma, thanked God for making her dream to come true, explaining that in searching for her life partner, she involved God, whom she described as a perfect matchmaker, expressing hope that God will accomplish his plans in her life in her new home with her husband, Dr. Chukwudi from Ozobolo. The event featured paying of dowry, exchange of wine, dance by the new couple, among others. From Mbauku in Oka South Local Government Area, Chibuzo Bidike, ABS News.
The Commissioner of Police in Anambra State, CP Aderemi Adoye, has extended his heartfelt condolences to the families of actors who lost their lives as a result of boat accidents which occurred on River Niger. In a release endorsed by the Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Thochukwu Ikenga, stated that the boat, one of two that conveyed the crew to a film location in Anambra West Local Government area of Anambra State, was returning to Asaba, where it took off from when the accident happened. On being notified of the capsize, the Anambra Command Marine Police deployed for rescue operations and successfully rescued 6 actors and 1 actress on the water. 2 others were unconscious, were also put out with the aid of fishermen and conveyed to the Delta State Command Marine Police jetty, while other members of the crew were traveling in the first boat were waiting and handed over to the president of the Actors Guild for conveyance to the hospital, while the rescue team went back in search of 3 others who were still missing as at the time of this release. The release adds that although the accident happened within the jurisdiction of Anambra State Command, issues relating to release of bodies of the accident victim for a decent burial are to be handled by Delta State Police Command. According to the release, preliminary inquiry has given insights into the cause of the accident. Exhaustive investigation has been ordered by the Commissioner of Police with a view to determining criminal liability of any person, if any, in the mishap. Aguluzibo went agog as the people rolled out their drums to celebrate with their own the member representing Anambra Central Senatorial District at the National Assembly, Senator Dr. Victor Ume. The ceremony, which was heralded with a Thanksgiving Mass tag, Thank You Jesus, held at St. Patrick's Catholic Church. Aguluzibo was celebrated by the Bishop of Ekulobia Catholic Diocese, Cardinal Peter Ebele Obaleke, Archbishop Paulinus Ezokafor of Oka Diocese, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Onitsha Archdiocese, Most Reverend Valerian Okeke. Staff reporter Mengini Asadebe, who covered the Thanksgiving Mass, reports that the event attracted political stalwarts, Methodist Bishop of Oka Diocese, Right Reverend Wakama, traditional rulers, knights, lady knights, among others. The reports.
In his homily, the Bishop of Oka Diocese, Right Reverend Paulinus Ezokafor, who called on government at all levels to be proactive in their programs and policies as the poor masses are suffering due to high level of hunger in the society, urged the people to shun malicious statements against government policies and be constructive in their criticism, while calling on parents for proper upbringing of their children. Speaking to the ABS in their separate interviews at the reception ground, the Bishop of Ekulobia, Cardinal Peter Ebere Obaleke, the Metropolitan Archbishop of Onitsha, Most Reverend Dr. Valerian Okeke, and the Methodist Bishop of Oka Diocese, Right Reverend Onyekachi Nwakama, commended the senator for coming back to God for the privilege to serve, and as well as giving back to the people, calling for love, forgiveness, peace and progress, while urging all politicians to toe the path of peace. On their parts, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, Mr. Peter Obi, and Honorable Uche Okonkwo, recognized the need to thank God in all circumstances, advising those in the leadership position to use their position to serve God and the people who voted them into power.
Whatever we are is by grace of God, and we must not abuse that grace. We must make sure we use that grace to serve humanity.
Other guests at the occasion, which include Vice Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, Professor Charles Esimone, and Ambassador John Ibeka, thanked God for the senator who was able to recognize the supremacy of God, describing him as a visionary and innovative politician, and prayed God to grant him more wisdom. The host, a member representing Anambra Central Senatorial Zone, Senator Dr. Victor Ume, expressed joy and gratitude to God for intervening for him in his trial time, saying that God was the reason for his victory, which necessitated his thanksgiving, while expressing gratitude to the people of his senatorial zone for their show of love and solidarity towards him, while his wife, Mrs. Priska Ume, pledged to support and pray for her husband so as to meet up with his mandate, while calling on other politician wives to always pray and remind their husbands of their campaign promises to the people for them to succeed.
I should thank God before the congregation and in the altar of God. So that's what I've done today. My joy is so much because of the lavish love I received today and solidarity from people of this state.
Landlords and residents of Awada Ubosi in the Dembele North Local Government Area of Anambra State have elected a new executive to pilot the affairs of the community. Ifananya Wonko has the details.
The election, which took place at Awada Central Landlords Association Secretariat, attracted government officials, stakeholders, military and security agencies, who saw to the smooth and hitch-free electoral process. The newly elected executive has Chief Patrick Onyedioba as president, Sir Okechukwu Nwabweze as first vice president, Comrade Walter Ohiri as second vice president, Comrade Hilary Obacharo as secretary, and Mr. Chinedu Njoko as assistant secretary. Others are Mr. Okechukwu Chidozie, Financial Secretary, Mr. Sylvester Obaraji, Treasurer, Mr. Ndubisi Mmadu is PRO1, Mr. Emmanuel Igwe is PRO2, Mr. Peter Amobi is Provost 1, while Mr. Emeka Okenwa, Provost 2. Speaking after the election, a stakeholder, Mr. Michael Ohazurike, described the election as smooth and hitch-free and expressed optimism that the new executive will deliver their mandates for the betterment of Awada community.
I shall remain that one a platform of justice, platform of honesty, platform of truthfulness.
Also speaking, the second vice president, Comrade Ohiri, who expressed satisfaction at the outcome of the election, stated their preparedness to work relentlessly to lead Awada community to greater heights, and pointed out that their administration will ensure proper evacuation of refuse.
We are going to work and promising them that security, because it's very important. Security is number one. Number two is we are going to carry dustbin.
The secretary, Comrade Obacharo, commended all who partook in the exercise, which he described as of optimum importance to bring progress to the area, and promised to lead the association with the fear of God.
We are going to lead them with the fear of God. And I want people to hold us accountable if there is anything we are not doing well. My promise to everybody here is that the people of Awada will once again begin to witness good and quality leadership.
Adding their voices, some of the youth, including Mr. Christian Mwadike, expressed confidence that the new executive will transform Awada community and pledged their unalloyed support to them. From Awada, If Nayanwankwo reporting for ABS.
Member representing Onitsha North and South constituency at the National Assembly, Honorable Idu Emeka, has expressed gratitude to God for sparing his life and granting him victory during the last election. Honorable Emeka appreciated God during a Thanksgiving Mass at Basilica of the Most Holy Trinity, Onitsha. Reporter Mengini Yosadebe will cover the mass reported that it attracted the Obi of Onitsha, Igwe Alfred Achebe, the Obi in Council, members of Abalanze and Otuodo societies of Onitsha, various political stalwarts, other traditional rulers, which include Igwe Ben Emeka of Umweri, various clergymen, among others. The report.
Na ajamasi dị asọ onye ụkọchukwu ahụ bụ Reverend Emmanuel Megwalu onye kwuru okwu n'isiokwu na-asị ịchọ ndụ ebe ndụ adịghị kwararịrị na ọtụtụ ndị ụka kwenyere n'ife chi ọzọ na-enweghị ndụ ma gbakwunye na ebe mmadụ nwere ike inweta ndụ n'uju bụ n'ime Kraịst onye bilitere n'ọnwụ wee gwazie ndị mmadụ ka ha chọọ Kraịst iji wee nwee ndụ ọhụrụ ka ọ na-agwa ABS okwu onye eze ọdịnala Egwalu, who spoke on the topic looking for life where there is none, regretted that some Christians believe and worship other gods which do not have life, adding that the only place one can have life and have it in abundance is in the resurrected Christ, urging the congregation to seek Christ for them to have a new life.
We are moved from darkness to light. That is the meaning of Easter. Let us keep away every form of darkness and begin to live our lives as those who have been resurrected with Christ.
Speaking to the ABS in an interview, the traditional ruler of Umweri, Igwe Sir Bennett Emeka, commended the honorable member for coming back to thank God over his life and victory in an election, reminding the people on the need to turn away from their evil ways and seek God's face. On her part, President Otuodo Society of Onitsha, Enyi Ugobweze Florence Osoka, who was overwhelmed with emotions during Honorable Emeka's testimony, expressed optimism that a lot of people who have gone astray through his testimony will retrace their steps back to God.
It is often said that youth are the leaders of tomorrow, and reports say 70% of Nigeria's population are youth, which stands at 151 million youths, and 42% of the number are under the age of 15. This generation of young people are lamenting the unproductive use of their energy and potential, even though they make up the world's population of 1.8 billion. Against this backdrop, they are clamoring for inclusion in the scheme of things in the country for a brighter future. Ekwi Ajide of our ABS Buja Bureau takes the story from here.
Youth inclusion were tops on the agenda of a gathering tagged Adolescent and Youth Conference convened by Plan International in Abuja. The conference was a whole youth event aimed at creating a platform for the exchange of ideas and opportunities to building a better world for future generations. Speaking at the conference, the Deputy Speaker of the National Children's Parliament of Nigeria, the Right Honorable Ibrahim Zana, said the voices of people like them have been neglected over the years and called for active participation of all to ensure inclusion and protection of human rights in the country. According to him, challenges adolescents face can only be surmounted if there are opportunities for education and economic empowerment, noting that actualization of these components would contribute to the journey of success by young people in shaping the political landscape.
Young people exhibit remarkable resilience, courage, and determination. As I've always said, and I just said earlier, our scars may be deep, but they shall not define us. We possess boundless potential to overcome obstacles and pursue our dreams. As we gather here today, let us not forget the struggles of young people, but instead, let us be inspired by our resilience and commit ourselves to creating a world where every adolescent, regardless of gender or background, has the opportunity to thrive and succeed.
The Minister of State for Education, Dr. Yusuf Sununu, represented by Clarice Ujam, on the other hand, recognized the enormous potential of the youths and called for boys and girls' education so they can attain the future of their dreams.
If the girl is encouraged to go to school and she becomes a graduate, and she gets a good job, and it is time to marry. And the person that will marry her will be one trader in my village, in Aba, or in Newi, or in Lagos. She's not going to have a happy home. Because the man will feel threatened. The man will make sure that he uses all his muscle and passion to pull that woman down. So as we are dragging the women, the girls along, please don't forget the boy child.
The country director, Plan International Nigeria, Charles Emanzuzo, on his part, said the essence of the conference was to build on the desire to shape the destinies of young people to chart a clear roadmap for adolescents' well-being, health, and development.
That from this convening, we will have great action, great commitments, and we will sow seeds of greatness in the minds of some of our young people here. And then for the elderly ones who are here, the directors, the PAMSECs, very senior people, commissioners, you will listen and build solidarity with young people as you go back to your offices. So that when you speak, we want your colleagues, we want the ministers, we want other PAMSEC and other directors to hear from your voice.
The meeting agreed that if the impact and strength of young people are recognized, their quest for power and determination to achieve greater results will come to fruition. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
Floods in the Russian city of Orenburg have raised water levels to 2 meters above criticals, leaving just the roofs of some houses showing. The city's mayor urged many residents to leave home as sirens sounded. Today, the floods are expected to spread through neighboring regions over the coming days and weeks. Kazakhstan has also been badly affected, with 100,000 people evacuated from their homes in the last week. The flooding has been described as the worst to hit the region in 80 years. Last week, several rivers, including the Ural, Europe's third largest, burst their banks. A number flow back and forth between Russia and Kazakhstan. High seasonal temperatures have led to rapidly melting snow and ice, compounded by heavy rains. The city has a population of 500,000 and is about 1,500 kilometers, 930 miles southeast of Moscow. Water levels have fallen in Oks, further east and upstream of Orenburg. Oks was badly affected last weekend after a dam burst and saw public protests against low compensation offers and perceived failures by local authorities to save the dam. The Ishim and Tobo rivers are also reaching dangerous levels and are only predicted to peak around 23rd to 24th of April. Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow at Edinburgh Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube page at youtube.com/ABS Television Orca. Follow on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Follow on X at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this evening, a recap of the main points. Anambra State government has awarded more contracts for infrastructural developments. Deputy Governor Ibezim has tasked Ndibo on cultural preservation. Nigerian youths have demanded protection of their rights. Russia flood, 10,000 people have been evacuated from their homes. And now to end the news, the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the evening news at this time on ABS Television. I am Priska Wonko. Good evening and have a wonderful night rest.